On this week's episode of The Fizz, the boys are back and more excited than ever. We catch up about our time away. I'm back from Europe. Pizzo went to Movement. He finds a surprise in some guy's backyard. Channy's got some thoughts on the Tigers and Supersize Me. We're all over the map, but it's an absolutely great episode. But before we dive into all of that, I have to tell you about our amazing sponsor, Detroit City Distillery, known for making the best damn whiskey in the city of Detroit, located in Eastern Market, a staple of the city we all know and love. They make fantastic whiskeys, they have rums, they have gins, and they are one of the most creative whiskey companies in the city. You guys got to check out some of the bottles they got. The artwork on them is amazing, and the whiskey and the drinks are even better. We are proud to be sponsored by Detroit City Distillery, and we hope that you will give them your business next time you're looking for the next bottle of whiskey, rum, gin, whatever it is. They're located in Eastern Market. Check them out on social media. We love you, Detroit City Distillery. We think you guys are the best. But now, let's get into the Fizz. Unreal. Unfucking real. We're so back. He literally saw me like inhale to do it. Fucking prick. Hello and welcome to episode 148 of The Fizz. I am here with the main men at Real Team Utica, home of Channy football, who's sitting to my left, and to the left of him is ice cold Brulu. Fellas, how are we doing?
It's been a while. The boys are back in town. Glad to hear you're back from over the pond. We've been having a busy summer so far, and I'm just ready to get back in. We've got a lot to catch up on here.
Hell yeah, boys. You couldn't have said it better. We are back in town all together, facing each other, see some smiles, hear some laughs.
Yeah.
Let's
Smell
fucking
some
get
shit.
after it.
Smell
Rip some ass.
Yeah. Someone's going to eat these bananas. It is so nice in here at Real Team Utica. So we want to thank Real Team for letting us use the space. So, boys, we obviously got HQ downtown, but these fellows were making the trek quite a bit. And, they both got spaces of their own. They're running businesses, gets real busy in summer. So wanted to take it on the road like the old days. And here we are.
College Game Day Road Show. That's going to be the theme of the summer.
I love it.
Just go to your city, park it.
Yeah.
Get the atmosphere, take it in. Although I am a little disappointed. What's our cleaning guy? Is it Adam?
Adam, yeah.
I always forget his name.
Yeah, it's Tuesdays and Thursdays. We're here on a Wednesday recording, so we're going to miss our boy Adam here tonight.
Did he say anything to you, Chandler?
I haven't seen him probably since the last time we recorded here.
Dude, that guy's got to have the easy, so he comes tomorrow, right?
Yes.
So this place is like fucking spotless. What is he going to do?
I mean, not too much. It's funny you say that. We actually held a team meeting here today, so there's some stuff you got to do.
There's nothing.
But,
there's not a thing out of place. The fruit's perfectly in the middle.
I don't see a speckle of dust.
No, dude, this isn't HQ. HQ's like a homeless shelter compared to this place.
My office is full of chemical right now.
It's like one of those contract
That's where
things,
we should have recorded. I wish you were at the bug house with all the chemicals. We need to pick new locations just every time. Not even just the HQs. Like, let's just start bopping around like, just
go to
Road
Stony
Show.
Creek Park.
Yeah, let's do it like under the Golden Butthole in Sterling Heights.
Oh, that'd be
Don't
cool.
hate that.
Yeah, it's not bad.
No.
Yeah, so this is your home game, Chandler.
That's
so
right.
We should start asking the fans who had the best podcast. So we'll see if it's actually a home field advantage or it's not. Maybe the pressure's on.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that. I'm ready to rate it.
Let's go. You want to sing the anthem to start us off?
No, I'm good on that. I'm good on that.
We have to do both though, because the Oilers are in the finals too.
That's right.
So
yeah,
that's right.
Well, boys, been a few weeks. I hated the remote stuff. I hated the technology with all that. Just didn't get a good vibe. So it is really good to be back with you guys. I know there's a few things we want to catch up on. Any big things that have happened to y'all over the break here?
Business is good. The bugs are out. The skeeters are out. So that's all been good. Went to Movement. I'll go back to the skeeters. I do have a fun skeeter story that I want to share with the fans.
All you. Let's go.
So I went to Movement again. I brought my girlfriend though for the first time. So she was a first timer. I'm going on 12-ish, 10 plus years.
Have you been going that long?
That long since I was a junior in high school. Some might say that's sad. Fuck you. All right.
Have you missed one?
I've done like
Besides COVID?
I haven't missed one completely. Like this year I only did Saturday. So I had some stuff going on Sunday, Monday, but I've always gone at least one day.
Yeah.
A lot of them gone the full weekend. The whole mix of it. We went down there. Saturday was awesome. Sunday ended up kind of shit in the bed, which worked out. They had like torrential downpour thunderstorms. They closed the whole festival for like 4.5 hours from like 7 to 10-ish.
Yeah.
So the Saturday day was perfect. Great weather. Dom Dalla, Solomon. We saw Ludacris. He played all of his old tracks.
I wanted to ask about Luda. I saw the video you sent. It looked kind of lit.
It was lit. It was
good?
awesome. Yeah, it was right on the water. The sound was fucking phenomenal. You could actually like make out like what he was rapping.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, and this is make me sound a little older, but like, you know how a lot of the new fucking rap game, it's like, you're more like yelling at the crowd, get fucking hype, drink this, smoke that. Whoa, let me hear you say, yeah, yo, yeah, yo.
Yeah.
This was like fucking rap, dude. Bars coming at you.
Good.
Sick background. Boys were all smoking. All of his boys were smoking
and
in the back.
You don't sound fucking old at all. I couldn't agree more. I don't care. I like fucking old rap way more. Eminem's got a new single out. We're just back. Old rap, old guys rapping is way cooler than young guys rapping.
Yep.
I hate that mumble rap
Bar
shit.
for bar. So it was a great time. Went to the Russell Industrial Center after till about 4-ish, 3:30, which was a light night for me. Amber's legs she was done. Yeah. So we packed it in.
Book club?
Got back. Yeah, we went home, watched The Notebook.
Nice.
Good movie.
There you go.
No,
Yeah,
fuck
fever
no.
pitch.
Not do that. So yeah, that was a good time. Back to the bugs though. So give you a quick, a fun bug story. This actually just happened to me Monday. So I'm out. I actually shout out to the Mosquito Authority. Just hired their first employee last week.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
We're moving up. We're moving up, baby.
If you got skeeters, call Mosquito Authority.
We're moving up in the world. Business is booming. We're bringing people on. We're having a good time. I hooked them up with the free round at Greystone Golf, actually, as a signing bonus.
Wow.
All right,
Think
you're
about
not
that.
like a mover and shaker because you gave him a free round at Greystone that we got through our league.
Think about that.
Get creative,
Hey,
Chandler. What are you doing?
He doesn't know where it came from, okay?
Chandler's not doing that shit.
So we're out. We're, last week, this past week, we were spraying yards together. I was showing him how to work like the system on his phone. There's some stuff you got to plug in after you finish the yard. It bills the customer, all this type of stuff. We get to the last house of the day. The garage is open. We knock on the door just to like let them know that we were there, and nobody answered. So whenever that happens, I usually like walk around to the backyard to like make sure they're not fucking around in the yard. Well, because it's happened before where like you start spraying, you get back there and turn around and the guy's like standing 5 feet from you. You're like,
It's like,
all right,
it's like literally how the Godfather died. It's like how it happened.
So I go downstairs. I go in his backyard. He's got like steps that go down to his pool.
Okay.
And he's laying out in the yard, so I kind of just see the top of his head and like his chest a little bit. And I was like, "Hey, what's going on, brother? We're here to do your mosquito treatment." The guy stands up, butt ass naked, wrench hanging out. "Hey, what's up, bro? Glad you guys made it."
You're fucking kidding.
I swear to God, I'm like, oh shit, dude. I'm trying so hard not to laugh. I'm like, oh shit, dude, my bad. He's like, "Dude, you're good, man. Let me throw some shorts on. I thought you guys were the deck company." I'm like,
how does that change anything?
well, regardless, you were just fucking laying and hog out in the fucking back of your yard waiting for me or the deck company.
He was laying down?
He was laying out in the sun. He was like a 60-year-old dude, retired.
Oh, that's cash.
Just hanging out. Like he was a cool dude after he came. He was like talking. I
he
couldn't look at him in the face though. I couldn't look him in the eye.
Yeah.
I was freaked out.
Which eye? Dude, fucking no. He was a cool guy before he put on
No
shorts.
homo. Guy had a wrench. I would have been laying out fucking naked too.
Buddy. That's pretty great. I mean, you're a hockey guy.
Yeah,
Maybe he's a hockey
but like
guy.
usually you're kind of like, I'm going to take a shower. I'm going to see a couple dicks in the fucking shower.
Yeah.
This is like,
No,
whoa.
that's in the wild.
Yeah,
I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, so that was pretty funny.
Kind of funny. He thought you were the deck guy, but it clearly he wasn't even addressing that he was naked.
No, he did not care. He was very nonchalant about it. He was happy that we were there to service his home.
Dude, that's
and
sick.
Very appreciative.
I kind of want to get to that point in life where you're just horn out and you don't care.
I was like, oh shit, dude, I'm sorry. He's like, oh dude, you're good. You're good.
wrench flopping around.
Dude, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, so that's what's been going on at the Authority.
Wait, and was the new employee with you?
No, luckily he
Damn.
was like filling up all the backpack blowers at the truck and shit. And he's actually a hockey guy too, younger dude. He's 19.
Yeah.
So like
So he
I'm
gets it.
telling him the story
Yeah.
on the way back from there. He is fucking crying, dude. And then I go to golf. I tell Chandler and all these guys in my golf league. Immediately, I was getting torched in the group chat for like an hour.
Yeah. For what?
Wrench Authority. Did you jerk him off? Did you touch it? Was there a mosquito in his bedroom you wanted you to check out? You name it. It was said. So it was fucking hilarious. So we were dying.
Dude, that's great. That's an
Yeah.
absolutely great story. I don't know if you'll ever top that one.
I know. Never say never.
That's true. That's very true.
Have I ever let you down on a good story?
No, you haven't. That was fantastic. That was awesome. Glad to hear that movement went well. Glad to hear you saw a wrench on the job. That's good stuff. Channy, what we got?
That's right. Not too much new from me here. Just chugging along right now, working. It's busy season in real estate. We all know that. Kids are getting out of school. Houses are moving. Sun's getting out. People are coming out. They're getting a little happier. So been pretty busy with work myself. I will foreshadow this weekend where me and Lou are doing our annual golf trip that we do with buddies at Dream and Nightmare up in West Branch. So excited for that. Really kicks off the summer for me this weekend.
Agreed.
We do it every year. I think I've been doing it, and you have been doing it now for, 5 or 6 years now?
Yeah. Yep.
So excited to get up north, get north of the Zilwaukee. That's my cut line for up north.
Okay.
Up north is north of the Zilwaukee Bridge, about exit 155. Anything south, Saginaw's not up north.
Got it.
Okay.
I like that. No, this is good. I feel like this is
I would agree with that.
This is like a heavy debate in Michigan.
Yes.
And I don't really have like a line for it. It's a feel thing for me, but that's a good marker.
Right, 100%. So you get north of there, speed limit starts going up.
Yeah.
Care starts going down.
Yeah, you start
So
cracking beers.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly.
People do that, I hear.
I've heard the same.
I've heard that.
So I'm excited to get up this weekend, get out, disconnect. But as far as I go, very low key compared to your guys' last months.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just got back from Europe. First time over there. Very different place.
Went over the pond, huh?
Went over the pond. Checked it out. Did a little Paris. Did a little Florence, Rome, Positano. Like 10, 11, 12 something days like that. It was good stuff, guys. We were in Paris very short. So this was an Italy trip. And then my girl, Taylor Swift, dropped the concert in
That's
Paris.
sick.
Yeah.
Nice.
So-
Listener.
What?
Listener to the podcast, Taylor
Yeah,
Swift.
she listens. Yeah, she's hearing this right
How many
now.
darts were you ripping in Paris? Was that common?
You guys are going to be so disappointed in me.
Not one dart.
No darts.
Jesus, Frank.
No, it was bad.
Shut the show down.
It was bad. Dude, we were there 48 hours, like not even, like 40 hours because we just tagged on the front of this trip to go to Taylor. And like I just never stopped to buy cigs. And then we were out of there before I could even. I mean, there's no excuse for not putting some heat on my lungs on vacation, but I failed. Dude, but that bistro culture, that fucking lounge culture, like the chairs face outward at every restaurant. And like they give you an ashtray and everyone's smoking, just hanging out everywhere you turn.
I feel like everywhere has a patio.
Everywhere.
It's your outside, right?
Yes. And everything like every time me and my wife sat with each other, like we'd sit like this facing outward. And Paris was way cooler than I thought. I heard like a lot of mixed reviews. I thought it was sick. Like I would absolutely go back there. I actually wish we took a day away from Florence and put it towards Paris.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was sweet. But it was kind of wild. Like Rome, Florence, like a lot of tourists, like absolutely crazy. And everyone kept being like, oh, good, you're here before tourist season. I was like, if this is not tourist season, like what the fuck?
I've heard Rome is like kind of crazy and fucking.
Dude, so the thing about Rome that blew my mind is like I had this vision of this city like with polished marble. I thought every street was going to look like this countertop. Like I thought it was going to be gorgeous. Dude, that place is dirtier than New York City. Dirty fucking place. Very dirty, very big. Loved it. Colosseum rocked. You guys will appreciate this. We went and saw the Colosseum. Italian archaeologist was our guide. He was awesome. Spoke perfect English.
What was his name?
Fuck. I don't remember. I got no clue, man. I can't think of that at all. He rocked though. He was the fucking man, whatever his name was. So did the Coliseum. Coliseum gave me just chills. Like that is like the first big stadium ever built. One thing that blew my mind is like, you know, like you look at the Coliseum and it has like the columns.
Yeah.
That's, you know, where you enter and stuff. They're labeled with numbers. Those were sections, which like, I don't know, like blew my mind. Like they were all numbered as if like sections for a stadium today.
Right.
And it had the Emperor's Box and it had these like club seats for like, you know, rich people. And then like you had the fucking nosebleeds, bathroom systems, sewer systems. It was just wild.
So how big are we talking for the Coliseum? Are we talking like a max-sized football field? Are we talking Little Caesars? Or are we talking like
70,000 people?
So like,
damn.
I don't want to say big house big, but like
no, it's
closer to that.
It's
than
like as big as Ford Field or bigger.
Okay,
it's like bigger than Ford Field.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or it can seat as many.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, you know, I'm sure like Ford
Square
Field's
footage
infrastructure, and they were cramming them in there. Right. You know, like there's no fucking Little Caesars or Wi-Fi stations. Like
you didn't have to walk through the metal detector.
Yeah, dude. There's no fucking like sign up for Comcast booths and shit like that. Like, so obviously that was a little different, but like he took us in where the like gladiators entered, like on the ground level, which was so like cool to just like walk in and see it. And then underground is like a whole network of fucking traps. And
I was gonna ask you about that, like trap doors and stuff, where like they had like tigers and shit come out of the ground.
Absolutely, yes. And
That's sweet.
like the scene so after that night, like we were whipped, dude, like 20,000 steps doing this whole fucking tour, and we watched Gladiator in our hotel in Rome, like absolutely.
You're like, I fucking sat there.
Yeah,
I was sitting right there.
And that was it. Like, so the tiger,
Sarah, I was right there.
yeah, she's like, yeah, we get it. And no, like, and the tigers like coming out of the ground was like a real thing. Like, I'm sure that fucking tour guide gets it from every American. Like, I'm there like in my Steve Eisman shirt, like the tigers.
You ever see Gladiator?
I'm like, hey, the tigers really come out of the fucking And he's like, yeah, but a lot of the animals would like fucking die under the ground because no one knew how to take care of like fucking lions and tigers and bears and shit. And
right.
Like, so that was really, really fucking cool. Food rocked. You know, and then the like, and then we did Positano, which was just full. That's like a fantasy world. That it's like the city's built in the side of a mountain, and we just laid like we were like horizontal the whole time.
That's nice.
Yeah, it was sick. We hit like a beach club, got the sun. You know, my wife was just like, now it's my portion of the trip. I'm like, yeah, that's fair.
Right.
Yeah, but it was cool.
The grub unbelievable down there.
Yeah, so like I thought it rocked. I think the biggest thing was just like, you know, a lot of times here in America, like we eat shit. You know, I'm doing fast food Friday every week, and like I got agidou all the fucking time. My stomach's always fucking bugging me. Over there, man, just I mean, granted we were walking all the time, but like it was like pizza fucking appetizers. Like you could eat a fucking margarita pizza and then like get a pasta, like dip bread in oil, drink
like
a bottle of wine. Yeah, and like I felt great the whole time.
You're light.
Yeah,
You're not like
absolutely
a fucking
light.
cement mixers in your stomach.
Totally. Yes, exactly, dude. There are definitely like, so when we got to Positano, that's where I was kind of like, oh, this is the oil that everyone fucking talks about. And the bread, like that to me, it got really elevated. That you can definitely like, I mean, maybe it's cold take for some people, but like, I think you can find bad meals. Like in Florence, it's so touristy, and there are a lot of places that aren't like super authentic.
They're just slapping some shit together.
That's what, dude. That's
real
how I felt.
pizza, homemade, dude, fucking.
That's how I felt. And we got a dinner that like we're looking at each other. I'm like that sucked.
Right.
I feel like shit. Like that wasn't good. You know. So
there's no way you go there and every single restaurant's like, this is a Michelin star.
Yeah, and there are a ton for sure, but like you can find a bad. And they had like spray paint in Florence that said like "fuck you, Yankee," like go home to USA. And like I kind of get it. Like there's sometimes you're like walking around these like beautiful streets and these awesome areas, and you're just like looking across at some fucking American dipshit with like his stomach hanging out, like wearing a fucking Budweiser tee, like
leather face.
Yeah, some fat ass in
their wrench is out.
Yeah, dude. His fucking wrench is out, and that would be like more European, honestly. He's wearing.
Frank's okay with that.
Yeah, I am okay with that. No, I'm talking like cargos and Crocs, and like, you know, and they're just like, oh, honey, get a pic of me in front of the fucking Duomo. Like, you don't even know what you're looking at. You
Red 100.
Uncultured piece of shit. Yeah, no, like, so there's like, I got it. Like, I was like embarrassed to be American. I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry I'm here right now. But it was a great trip, and we didn't have too many travel issues. I mean, they lost our bags on the way home, but like, who cares? They didn't lose them on the way there.
Yep.
Flight there is like 8 hours. Definitely think next time we go would just do whatever we can if we could fly first class, because that's a grinder of a.
Oh, God.
That's
I
an
can
absolute
imagine.
dude, way there, 2 babies right in front of us. Couldn't believe it.
No.
Absolutely. And they were as good as they could be, but they were still fucking fussing and whining.
Right,
and shit.
100%. How was it fucking standing up after that? Like, you almost fall over?
Yeah, dude. I mean, we were toast. Like, we were absolutely toast, because we had. So what did we do? We flew from Paris we ended in Positano. So Positano, then you take a car and you go around the mountain, which is just, they drive at 100 miles an hour around this mountain. Like, dude, you get like queasy. Like, if you get motion sickness, like, it's the
Don't
real.
do that.
You get scared of heights. I was pussing out big time. And then you get to the airport at Naples. Naples is like, it felt like at least where the airport is, sorry, anybody from Naples listening, like, it was the hood. It was fucking spooky. Wasn't nice. Then you fly into Paris. Paris is the biggest airport I've ever seen in my fucking life. And we were 30 minutes late, so we had 20 minutes to get to our connector. So we had to sprint, like, full blown, like, long stride,
Home Alone,
as fast as you can, sprint to the gate. We get to the gate, the fucking passport machine's not working. Some kid, some like 18, 19-year-old fucking dork was just like chatting me up. Like, it was actually mind-blowing. Like, I couldn't have looked more flustered or late or like whatever. And I get in the line, he's like, "Oh, where are you coming from?" I'm like, "Excuse me?" And he's just like, "Where was your trip?" And I'm like, Took a long trip. Can I cut? Like, I was just like, can you get, it was, I can't even describe how clueless this kid was.
He recognized you.
No,
You're
didn't.
international level celebrity
No,
now.
dude, this kid had no clue what was going on. So we had to cut the line, run to the flight, barely, and then you took a bus from one part of the airport to the other, drove across the tarmac. Weirdest thing I've ever done.
Damn.
Yeah. Then you take the 8-hour flight. So yeah, dude, we were toast. We were toast at the end of it.
I don't mind flying, but like after 2.5, 3 hours, like I get fidgety on the plane. I'm like, all right, let's fucking
the gummies
get her
wearing off.
going. Yeah.
Yeah.
Drinking's like not that fun anymore.
No,
It's like,
you're peeing all the time,
Right.
Well, yeah, and that's the shitty part is like, you like, they bring you champagne and wine and stuff, but then you're just like, God damn it. I got to pee every 9 seconds now. And there's like a line. But on the way there, I watched Oppenheimer. Got to see Oppenheimer. I don't know if you guys have watched it.
I have. I watched that.
Yeah, it was good.
Thought it was all right.
Yeah, it was good.
It was good.
I mean, it was great.
slow.
It was a great, but for that flight, it was
that's a
fucking
perfect
great
movie
for
for
me
that,
to like.
for sure.
Yeah. So
All right, I may be naive, uncultured, call it what you want. Did you get a full meal on the flight there?
yeah, you do.
And how was it? Because like I can't imagine like an airplane meal can be much better than a TV
Stovers?
dinner.
No, it's that. It's a TV dinner.
Okay.
For sure.
Hungry Man XL.
Yeah, yeah, dude. No, it wasn't anything. It just kind of like fills the void for a minute. It's not great.
Yeah.
I'm trying to even think what we had. I swear to God, me and my wife were the last 2 people to get our food on the way there, and it was like some veggie pasta. Seriously.
Oh, no.
Did you just ask for extra Biscoffs?
Yeah,
no.
I just asked for a handgun. Yeah, no, that was it. But since you mentioned that, the trains, dude, the trains rocked. Like, so clean, state of the art. Like, I thought the trains were the coolest mode of transportation that we had. Like, I was taking the Amtrak from Detroit to Chicago and Chicago to Detroit.
Not the same thing.
Dude, that is a rolling trash can
No chance.
compared to what they had in Europe. Like, I couldn't believe it. And the sandwiches they brought out there, they had little, I don't know.
Like
Italian
baguettes or something?
No, it was like, I mean, yeah, I guess kind of. It was like a little mini sub is what it was. And it was just like a ham and cheese sandwich. Like, I thought that was like great. And then they had like a brownie. That was good. Like, the trains rocked.
And where'd you take the trains to and from?
We did the trains pretty much all Italy. So we did Florence to Rome, Rome to Naples.
Gotcha.
And then, yeah. So that was good. I liked the train. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, it's a good trip.
Well, glad you're back.
Yeah, thanks, man.
In one piece.
Yeah.
Came back, got some sun.
A little bit.
Lot bit.
Yeah, got a little tan going. It was cool.
Lot for you.
Dude, you guys, last thing, the beach club in Positano, like, I feel like we got top of that. That's not real life. Like, you go there, you have like a fucking, you just lay down the whole time and they just like bring you champagne and then you have
Rub
lunch.
your feet.
It's impossible not to
Rub
like,
your wrench.
I mean, I guess maybe it's not. People just go there and relax, but it was hard. How do you not drink like 3 bottles of champagne just like laying there?
Oh,
like, their
God.
tunes are bumping.
Yeah.
It's like the sand it's like the black sand. It's like almost just like all rocks. It was so cool.
Damn, that's sweet.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was a great trip. So Appreciate you boys asking.
Of course.
But yeah, obviously being gone, I didn't really, I kind of unplugged, didn't really watch sports, saw some scores. But regardless of the trip, Chandler, talking to you mostly, is, dude, I haven't watched like any of the Tigers. I actually think, and I'm embarrassed to admit this, but it's just the truth. I think this is like the peak, like disinterested I've ever been in my life in the Tigers, and I don't want to say I don't know why. I could probably think of a few reasons, but dude, I like haven't followed them at all.
I'll give you a reason, because you can't watch them on your basic cable.
Yep, that's an issue.
That's a big issue. I'll give you another reason. They can't score more than 2 runs a game.
Yeah.
And I'll give you a third reason. Chris Ilitch sucks.
Yeah.
And somehow he's the second worst owner in this town. So that's
Scumbag
surprising.
rankings.
But in long and short, we're not going to have a pod about the Tigers because no one would tune in. But long and short, Spencer Torkelson, big news this week, down to Toledo, batting under 200. What is it, 1 home run this year? I mean,
that's insane.
The guy is teetering. I mean, he's either dead or he could have a chance to come back. It's not like anything great can happen of just him getting back to the majors. He's got a couple steps to get back. But in long and short, on the other end, on the good end, maybe the best pitching staff in the AL, between Skubal, between Reese Olson, between Jack Flaherty. You could have 3 all-star pitchers from this staff on this team, and we're still fighting for a 500 record. So
that's insane.
The bad is we can't score 3 runs a game, and our best prospect, or once our best prospect, is back down into AAA. The good is we undoubtedly have a top 5 pitching staff in the league and possibly the best pitching staff in the AL. And why that's good, if you want any hope, Tigers fans, you have 5-game series to start off the playoffs. And if you only got to throw 3 pitchers in that series, I'd put our 3 up against anybody. So you know what? We're competitive. The thing is this, and the same thing happened with the Red Wings this year, and that's why I'm getting frustrated with these teams, is they keep tampering expectations, like it's going to be next year, like we don't expect to be here, like this isn't part of the plan, like this wasn't the year we're supposed to be good. It's like, what year is it? Because you've been saying that for 9 years now. So like, if you tell me 2025 is the year we start paying people, at least I can hold you to something. But just pushing this out, seeing that Ilitch owns both these teams, I just think it's a problem from the top down.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I will end it with this, and I'll let you guys go at this point, is they still have a chance to make the playoffs, and if you get in, anything can happen, especially with how good this pitching staff is.
What are they at? Are they at 500 or just below?
1 game over 500. They've beaten the Rangers. They've actually had a good 10, 12 games here. It's just like you look around and you look at the roster and you're like, once we become a winning team, how many guys on this roster that are everyday players are actual everyday players on a winning team?
Yeah.
2?
Yeah.
Maybe? 3?
I saw Skubal has better numbers at this point in the season than Verlander did the year he won the MVP. Not just the Cy Young, the MVP.
Correct. I mean, he's a sub-2 ERA.
Yeah.
He has almost 90 strikeouts. The crazy thing about that stat is he's not even leading the team in strikeouts. Flaherty's leading the team in strikeouts. That's how good our staff is. Reese Olson has a sub-2.5 ERA, and he's only won 1 game this year.
That's insane.
So the stats for the pitching are crazy in a good and a bad way. But going back to Skubal, he's the favorite for the AL Cy Young, by far in Vegas, the betting favorite. Everyone's arguing he's the best pitcher in the league, and it's good to see someone who came up through our system that is now developed and turned into a high-end major league player. That should hopefully give us some hope for these upcoming years.
Yeah. Stay healthy.
Stay healthy. That's it. That's the name of the game.
I got to start tuning in. Been a bad fan.
Well, you know what sucks is we got Benetti, Jason Benetti, who's a great announcer, one of the best announcers, and now they just black out Bally so no one can watch it.
Unbelievable. Truly unbelievable.
So I mean,
that's my biggest thing. It's like we were just talking about it. Like I can't even, I don't have the app. So it's like I want to even just, I like to tune in for a couple innings, like eating dinner, laying down before bed, catch the West Coast game at 10 o'clock or whatever. But it's like you can't even do that. I'm not going to like stream East, find stream Fuck that.
How are you supposed to watch? You have to get the app.
You have to have Bally's app, or I think if you have Direct TV, you can get it.
Yeah.
I was going to say it's not just the app, right?
It's just Comcast Xfinity, I believe, that doesn't have Bally's.
And it might not be. It might
AT&T?
be WOW too.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
The thing is, though, what are you going to do? Like, baseball's, even with the pitch clock, it's a slower sport. So you watch a half inning, then you flick through channels. What are you going to get off the app and then reopen the app?
That's
That's
kinda
my beef with the apps, right?
That's the issue. It's a big pain in the ass. Like, even trying to watch, like, the fucking hockey games, like when there's two going on at once and you kind of want to bop around, it's not as quick as you'd like.
So, Lou, you do not have the app. I do not have the app. Do you have the app, Frank?
I do have the app.
You do have the app.
I do have the app.
Okay.
Yep.
Because I think I'm going to have to bend the knee come Red Wings season.
I'll give you my login.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
there we go.
perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
there
Yep.
you go. Yeah.
Thank you.
Don't listen, Bally's.
Good idea.
Yeah, whatever. We'll write that shit off, right, Jerry?
Thanks, Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry, we're writing it off. Yeah, okay. Well, that was my Tigers question.
That's all I got for the Tigers of current sports that we have. Let's first go to hockey. You two are the hockey guys. Best player in the game, McDavid, against arguably the second best player. I'm not a huge hockey guy, but top 5 player.
He's a dog. I mean, he's a top 5 fucking dog.
It's in question for sure.
Yeah,
McDavid, Kachuk, Edmonton, Florida, not huge hockey markets, but I want to hear from hockey guys what you think about the matchup and what you were looking forward to.
I mean, I think the most exciting thing right off the rip, dude, first off, I just want to say this. I was cooking, absolutely fucking cooking, betting hockey for the playoffs. Went on my hiatus to fucking Europe, and I've gotten back. I'm ice cold. I just got like no feel for anything.
Welcome home.
Yeah, seriously. But yeah, what I was going to say is, number one, we got a Canadian team in the Stanley Cup Finals, which is always very exciting. I am not shocked, I guess, that Edmonton made it. I still had them as just like that flashy team that wasn't good enough.
They turned into like they're the hot team now, dude. With
I know.
Hyman and Draisaitl scores every fucking game, pretty much. It seems like
It's insane.
McDavid had that unbelievable toe drag backdoor fucking.
I saw
Grandma
some-
keeps the cookies goal.
I saw some tweet that was like, if McDavid played in the NHL in the 80s, they would think he was like a sorcerer.
Yes,
Yeah, he would just kill people.
unbelievable. I love the matchup. It's like the showboat flashy team against the fucking gritty Bullyard dogs.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, is this like the farthest? I don't think it is. I think it's really close. This might be the furthest like the NHL finals can be. Like a matchup.
So close.
Like it's got to be like, because is Tampa south of Sunrise? I mean, that would be kind of
Sunrise by Miami, so it's very far south.
okay. So that's as
It
far
is, for
south.
sure.
So then Edmonton is obviously up in fucking Canada. Maybe Vancouver's further.
Yeah.
But like this has got to be the furthest matchup that there is.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. I mean, because Florida was there last year, right?
Yeah.
They lost to Vegas last year. So, I mean, for hockey guys, like, how do you compare it to the last 5 Stanley Cups? Like, is this better than normal from what we've been seeing lately? Is this worse than normal because it's not an original 6 team or original 6 teams? Or are you just like, hey, I like these 2 guys and I want to tune in because it's star power?
So it's hard to say like how the biggest difference is the Canadian team having a chance to win the cup.
Yep.
I mean, that's probably the biggest storyline outside of
30-plus years?
Oilers cans.
The Oilers titties. We can't forget. I
Yeah,
mean, that
let's
was
just
like
take
that
a break.
took over.
Yeah, let's just
took over Twitter by storm.
Yeah, let's talk about the real story.
The front porch.
Yeah, the actual MVP. That video just took over the whole internet.
It did. It's insane.
Her cans are everywhere.
I seen an Oilers emblem, and it's like instead of the oil drop on the top, it's like 2 titties, and then it says Oilers underneath.
Dude, do you think there's just gonna be cans of flying during this?
Maybe,
finals?
dude.
Might be
They
the new
might.
thing.
Yeah,
I can't believe they haven't found this girl yet.
it's mind blowing.
It's crazy.
Dude, two internet conspiracies about cans that have happened this summer. Number one, we're obviously talking about Oilers chick who dumped them out. Haven't found her. The other conspiracy is you guys saw the portal from New York to Dublin.
Yes.
Okay, you guys saw that, and she pulled her cans out. Now the portal's shut down.
Yep.
How the fuck do we not have the other angle of that? Like, there's no way that does, like, we've only seen her back facing the portal to Dublin. Yeah. How does Dublin not have a picture the other way? Like, it's a tourist thing. That thing's got to be being filmed.
There's no way not one person was.
That's what I mean. So to me, those are the two biggest conspiracies. Who's shutting these things down?
Wow. Titty lock.
Irish government.
Yeah, right. For real.
Yeah.
Mob.
Well, anyways, back to the Cup Finals. More boring topic. A Florida team's been in the last five of them. Tampa went to 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Now Florida's in 2. Mm-hmm. And the biggest difference is last year Florida was an upstart team, like the 8th seed. No one thought they'd be there at all, and they were just kind of a hot team. And then now this year they were like actually sick, number 1 seed. They're who I have winning the Cup.
Yeah.
I had them winning over Colorado. So I was wrong on, obviously, the Western Conference.
Oh, that was your pre-playoff pick, huh?
What?
Florida over Colorado?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
What do you got, Lou?
I love the matchup. I think it's awesome for hockey. It's McDavid to Chuck. It's a lot of young players, Draisaitl, hot goalie in Florida,
Yes.
showboaters in Edmonton who like to snipe. Like, I think the matchup's phenomenal. I don't care that it's not an original 6. Like, these two teams have some of the best hockey players in the NHL playing, and they're fucking going balls out.
Yeah.
And Edmonton, like, middle of the playoffs, I feel like turned into that team where it's like, dude, these guys, like, on the power play, they're scoring every time. Draisaitl snipes every game. McDavid, he gets like 3 points a game minimum.
Dude,
he's like minus 200 to get 2 points.
Yes, to get 2 points. And like, you can't bet them 1 point. Like, it's not on the board, and like, they aren't letting you bet like for these guys to get 1 point with a win
or like McDavid, 3
line.
shots, forget about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
I think it's a great matchup. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. We're going to be up on the golf trip for the opening puck drop on Saturday.
Oh, that'll be
that'll be sick. Yeah.
Well, and like, I just feel like this. I mean, it is. This is Edmonton and Draisaitl and McDavid's like getting over the hump. I mean, they've been good for so long. This is like, can they get over the hump? As far as like rooting, I'm kind of torn a little bit. Like, I have this weird.
I hate to say I'm like kind of leaning Oilers.
Oilers?
I'm leaning
You hate
Oilers?
to say that? I
Yeah.
kind of hate to say that I'm leaning Florida.
Wow. Okay.
Like, I know. Like, I feel. I mean, I'm usually.
It doesn't feel right for the best player in the NHL not to win a Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was like Ovi forever.
Right.
Well, I think for me, I just like, I would usually root for the Canadian team outside of Toronto. I like love pretty much all the Canadian teams outside of that fucking blue and white team. But I have this weird, like, I don't want Ken Holland to win. Is that
okay?
Is that like,
No, that's okay.
I like that.
It's like a
Good
really
angle.
weird, like, it's sticking with me. Like,
Yeah.
I think if Holland's not there, I'm like, oil me up, especially with the cans chick. Like, let's
You gotta
fucking
think that
go.
you gotta think about the cans.
Yeah, right. I am. And I just have this weird, like, I don't want Holland to like have this, because if he wins this one, he's probably already a Hall of Fame GM.
Oh, no question.
But a lot of people fucking like the cup that he won was 08. Like, that was kind of like a team he actually put together. People forget he was not the GM in 97. He was not the GM in 97. He took over 98 with the same roster.
Yeah, loaded.
Won the cup.
Yeah.
02, blank checks.
Yep.
Just don't fuck up the conversations.
Yep.
Blank checks, get the best team in the world, go win. Not saying he doesn't deserve any credit, but he tanked the Wings like almost to this season.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
So we're all pissed at him. We're all angry at him. The Oilers picked him up because he just had a shiny resume with the Wings. And even now, he's got like the 2 best players in the world.
Yep.
He's made a lot of mistakes, but yet he's fumbled his way into the Stanley Cup Finals.
I see your angle. I like that
the
angle.
spite angle.
I like that angle.
I do like the spite angle. I don't have much about this. Lou, you just talked about it. You like McDavid 3 shots, right? You're like, McDavid 3 shots on goal, take it. If you want to get a little spicy, 3 shots on goal every game for McDavid, no matter how long the series lasts, 5-1.
Wait, really?
5-1. Every
I
game,
love
though.
that.
Where are you seeing
4-game
that?
series, 7-game series on our local FanDuel. And guess what? He's not even the favorite to do that. He's not even – there's guys with better odds than him to do 3 shots every game.
Yeah,
Hyman,
we're banging that one.
Kachuk, Reinhart all have better odds
We're
than
banging that one.
than
Where's
McDavid.
Draisaitl at? Right
10-1.
Oh, wow.
Every game, though. Every game.
Yeah, we just need some offense. Last note of the finals. Did you guys see the weird video of McDavid loading beer into his car?
Yes, and like the people approaching his trunk.
It was very strange, dude.
Odd. How the fuck did they get back there?
I was so uncomfortable with that whole video.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted him to have security. Did you see this, Chandler?
No.
Really strange. It's just like a guy. It's like a group of people.
Yeah, there was like 2 or 3 people out there.
McDavid's wearing a suit, and he's carrying, like, a case of beer, like 2 cases of beer, and then, like, he's, like, got his, like, carrying 2, like, White Claws under it. He's got, like, a shit ton of beer. And he's loading it into his trunk. Like, it looks like at, like, a liquor store or something. And there's just someone, like, filming him like this, and they're just like very touchy, and like they're all over him, and they're not giving him any space. And
I think he did take a picture with him, right?
dude, he was like as polite as he could ever be.
Right.
Like they're like, give me a hug, give me a hug, give me a hug. And like they're not helping him with all this. Like he has like a ton of shit, just even as like a human.
Right. Hey,
Right.
want me to give you a fucking hand?
It was really
Ow.
strange. So I was wondering if you guys saw that.
I did see that video.
All right, we need a prediction though. Should we just match up against each other? Are you going Oilers?
I'm gonna go Oilers.
Okay, well I'm gonna go Florida.
All right,
All right.
deal.
How many games?
I'm gonna say I think it's gonna go all 7.
Yeah, me too.
I think it's gonna go all 7. I think
Yeah.
it's gonna be a fucking dogfight.
I hope so.
I do too.
Yeah, all right, let's go. We'll just we can do that. That'll be a
All
fun
right.
narrative. I'll take the Cats. You got the oil rig.
Deal.
All right.
Damn.
Deal.
right.
Deal.
Well, there's another series starting prior to the NHL playoffs. Game 1 NHL Saturday night. Game 1 NBA Finals tonight, because you'll be listening to this on Thursday. Big storyline this one. Obviously, 2 out of the top 5 players in the game, Luka Doncic, Jason Tatum, but maybe even a bigger storyline, Kyrie returned to Boston. He was casted away. He's come back, been one of the most clutch players in the playoffs this year. Mavericks, a little bit of an underdog. Boston, been the favorite since the opening tip this year to take down the title. Lou, what are you thinking?
I like the Mavs, baby. I like Kyrie going back to Boston. You know he's got to fucking fire up his ass. He is going to fucking ball out. Love Luka, obviously. I think that the Mavs take care of business. I think this is another grind series. Definitely could see this one going 7, but I think the Mavs steal this one from them.
I don't have any predictions on this. I haven't watched a single game of the NBA playoffs. I will watch this series though. As always, I always make time for the NBA finals, so I will watch the finals, but I can't sit here and like bullshit and answer for you guys. Like I don't know shit. In fact, I was going to ask you what are the odds on the series?
So right now, from what I'm seeing, and this is the last time I saw it, so it may not be too up to date, roughly Celtics minus 220.
220.
Mavericks plus 180 right now.
Gotcha.
Now, we've got our resident sheep to the left, Ice Cold Brew Lou, who
Present.
said he took the Mavericks. Mavericks have 85% of the money on them for the series.
That
bet.
line's so that's
So
like
I'm on cue. I'm right on par with
Yeah,
my
you're
game.
right with your people, the
Well,
sheep.
I mean, to me, from just a complete like this is actually perfect. Like normally, I'm like if I'm just looking at Team A and Team B, I kind of fucking am. Vegas just made that unbettable, huh?
Somewhat. But they've been handicapping Boston like that all year. Boston, I think, was minus money to win the East to start the playoffs.
Yeah.
Minus money. 8 teams.
I've seen so many series that were like 4-1, 4-0, like big games that are won by 20 points. Like so, the NBA is still NBAing a little bit.
It is. It is. And you know what? The NBA is so happy because they went from this LeBron, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant era. Now they're getting their younger stars in. Luka, Joker, Tatum. They've got this new wave of people coming in.
Like Luka and Joker like blow my mind, and I know like this is just a known thing throughout the NBA, but like you just look at those guys and you're just like, what? How?
You're not
Like,
good at
how?
basketball.
It's
How?
It's wild. It really is. I don't understand it. But Luka Doncic is playing right now as the best player in the world, at least through this playoffs. Me personally, I just think it's Jason Tatum's time. They've been to Eastern Conference Finals after Eastern Conference Finals. They finally made the finals, the NBA Finals last year. Couldn't get past Denver. They added Drew Holiday, who's a great defensive guard, who should be on Kyrie probably for most of the series. I just think it's Boston's time. They've gotten there. They've banged on the door. This is their year to get it done. And truthfully, I think they're the deepest team, too. You see guys like Derek White on their team. That's their 4th or 5th option. You see a guy, this guy isn't great anymore by any means, but Al Horford's still a serviceable player. Kristaps Porzingis, if healthy, is still a great player. He was a lottery pick at one point in time. So the thing overall is I think this is going to be the best NBA Finals in the last 4 or 5 years.
Nice.
Since pre-bubble, this is going to be the most entertaining NBA Finals because you've got the 2 biggest stars to face each other in a finals this year, and I think you've got the 2 most even teams in a finals matchup in 5+ years.
What seed was Dallas?
Dallas was the 5th seed.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, or maybe the 4th. They were 4th or 5th.
Yeah.
Regardless, they were not top 3.
Yeah. Did you guys see the video of Tatum and Kachuk from high school?
Yeah,
Yes.
I did.
Pretty wild.
Yeah,
Yep.
They both went to high school. And then did you see the video of Luka drinking the beer after they won the Western
and he snatched
Conference
it out of his
Finals?
hands?
And one of the executives just snatched it out of his
Why
hand.
do you think that was? Do you think it was because it wasn't a sponsored beer, or do you think it was why do you think that was?
I don't think it could have been I don't think it was a sponsor reason because it's like an executive. He wasn't on like the business or marketing side. Like that's a player personnel guy.
Yeah.
Remember Michael Finley?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
actually
was
looked.
him.
I actually looked into this. Like I looked into it. I saw the fucking tweet and read the reply. I went to the thread. But like, I didn't understand why he did that, and all I could think of was like, that must not be the official beer of the fucking Mavs. That's all I could think.
He did that, or maybe he was drinking it not in a designated area because it looked like they were in a tunnel, not in the locker room.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's the reason why he did it, but very odd after you get a chance to go to the finals. You can't drink a beer.
NBA, and yeah. Meanwhile, McDavid's loading the truck up with all the fucking beer.
Got 2 racks, one in the fucking holder.
Yeah.
I do want to make one more point before we switch off the NBA. RIP to Inside the NBA as we know it. For a lot of non-NBA fans, that's the only reason why they tuned into basketball at all was Ernie, Kenny Smith, Charles Barkley, and Shaq. I personally think no matter what sport, the best pregame show out of the 4 major sports. Announced today, tentative deal where TNT will no longer have NBA rights, and thus Inside the NBA in its current format will not be coming back.
That's
after
devastating.
Next season.
That is devastating because I was one of those guys that
I
would
am
just
too.
tune in to like watch those 4 go to town on each other.
Dude, and they were fucking trotting Chuck out for the NHL stuff too.
Yeah.
And TNT, credit to them, they
killed it.
They crushed
Killed it.
their like even their NHL
Love
ones
them,
rock.
yes.
I mean
Biz,
rocks
Weeks.
it. Yeah.
Messier's on there.
Yeah, Chelios.
Yep.
I forgot his name, the host of it. He's really good too. Blanking on his name, but yeah, they kill their like halftime things, and Charles Barkley's just
They've
fucking
done
cool.
great with it. What everyone's saying though now is like next year's The Last Dance, and like you thought they were like unfiltered, like
Yeah.
just wait till this year when they don't have any obligations for upcoming years. But again, there's rumors that Charles Barkley might start his own pregame show with his own production company.
He doesn't even need to do basketball.
Him and Shaq could just do a podcast and talk about the
Yeah.
game while it's on, and I would fucking tune in.
Dude,
100%.
Shaq, when Shaq starts laughing and shit, man, I start giggling and stuff. They're talking about like women. What's the place in Texas they keep calling like women fat from?
San Antonio.
Is it San Antonio?
Yes,
Yeah.
Chuck always rips on the women in San Antonio.
What else does he say?
Oh, he
too?
was talking about the dirty water in
Galveston,
Texas. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's talking about the dirty water in Galveston,
You
Texas.
ain't going to Cancun. You're going to fucking Galveston. Swimming in sewer water.
Oh man. The most unfiltered show out of any of the 4 sports. So
Damn, that is sad, man.
RIP, you got 1 season left with them. Last sports news before we get into pop culture is the NCAA playoff format came out today.
Incredible.
I mean, the build-up for this NCAA season, even though our team is absolute dog water horse shit, is you got NCAA football coming back as a video game. You've got the 12-team playoff, and now they announced the schedule today. December 20th and 21st, first-round matchups on campus. That's
awesome.
First-round matchups.
Oh, my God.
The week before Christmas. You then get your traditional New Year's Eve, New Year's Day games, Fiesta Peach, Rose, and Sugar Bowls for the next round of 4. When the national championship used to be, which was the first weekend of January, that is now the Final 4. National championship Monday, January 20th next year. So let's just put ourselves there right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Start of December, Lions in the heat of the battle for an NFC North title, a playoff run. You're going to have the conference championships. You're going to take a week off, and then NCAA playoffs are going to start. And by the time that finishes, NFL playoffs are going to kick off. Semifinals for the NCAA concurrently run the same weekend as wild card weekend for the NFL.
That's what I was trying to math. That was the math I was trying to figure out.
It's incredible. The wrench is moving all over thinking about that.
We're not going to leave HQ.
There's late December through January.
Forget about it.
It's 6 straight weeks.
And what a better time of year.
Football.
Everything's fucking dead. There's nothing going on. It's like I will melt on the couch watching this stuff or at the bar or wherever till the cows come home.
Dude, that's unreal. The on-campus games, like, that's so cool.
That'll be hype.
And I'm just like excited to see, like, everyone always says, like, the SEC doesn't travel. If you play SEC at a conference, you got to go down south to play them. Like, that's always been the MO. Like, okay, Alabama's an 8 or 9 seed. What if they got to come up and play Penn State in Happy Valley?
Yeah.
Or they got to come to
They beat the ever-living fuck out of them.
or they got to play in the woodshed.
I would totally agree.
Hey, that's where things get dicey. That's where they get fucking chopped up, boy.
The one thing I don't understand, and I guess now I get it because it's NFL season. Mm-hmm. Like, it's NFL playoffs time. But, like, God, the NCAA just loves championships on a Monday. They just love them on a Monday.
Dude, I was thinking the same thing, Frank. Like, man, dude, there isn't any other, like, they couldn't have done, like, a Friday night.
That's what I mean.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah, I just... Like, that always blows my mind. Like, honestly, with the NCAA basketball, by the time that championship rolls around, I, like, forget that it's the night of because it's 9:30 p.m. on a Monday every time.
And I'm so dialed in from, like, Saturday, Sunday, the weeks prior. It's like, oh, fucking another game.
Yeah.
Monday.
Dude, so January 20th, the Monday, I'm just thinking of, like, that would have been the Bucks game.
Correct.
Ish. It would have been the Rams, like, because the Rams, I think, were the 14th.
How about this championship weekend, NFC championship, since we're going to be there, January 26th this year. It's that following Sunday.
Yeah,
after the national
it would have been the Bucks game.
Wow.
Exactly.
We would go Bucks game into the national championship.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
The only leagues or people that hate this is NBA and college basketball because football
all
is now
eyes are
fully
off them.
taken over until the middle of February. College and professional football. NFL's playing on Christmas this year. It's like the NBA is just getting swept under the
Move
rug
over
down the road.
And then
the NFL on Christmas this year was fucking awesome.
And then you get the Super Bowl in February, and then you're into March, and then the only basketball people care about is the tournament.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the draft takes over, and it's NFL draft is bigger than anything that happens in April for basketball.
Yeah, boys, are we going to Pittsburgh next year?
I'm down.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm down.
Steel City.
I heard it could be sick.
I heard it's kind of dumpy.
Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
I heard the opposite.
I've never been,
Yeah.
so
I
this
heard
is
it's
all
blue
rumors.
collar and kind of nice, like a nice small Midwestern
Right on the river.
city.
A lot of pigs, I heard.
Yeah, okay. What's their park? PNC Park? I heard it's like a great place to be.
PNC Park.
Yeah.
Permanente
Yeah.
Brothers.
I mean, I'll go. You don't know unless you go yourself, right?
True, exactly. We
That's
can get
right.
one of them TV dinners. You think they give them?
As long as it's Hungry Man's, I'm
I
in.
was just going to say, would you call him Hungry Man XL?
Yeah, those are good. That's good shit.
Haven't had those in a while.
Yeah, last week.
Frank, I know you posted it last week, but I got to give it to you. The biggest stan on the set. You've got to introduce this because there's been some big news lately.
Yeah, Eminem is back. Shady is back. Dropped his single Houdini, and I just feel like he's really embracing that 2002 Eminem, Slim Shady that we all know and love. I mean, guys, let's just take a quick trip down memory lane to the year 2002. Like, we are 11, 12 years old. We're right at that prime age where we're just getting into mischief. We're just trying to, like, grow up a little bit. We're not quite teenagers. The Red Wings are the best team in the fucking world.
Long time ago.
The Pistons are right up there. They're going to every single Eastern Conference Finals.
Really long time ago.
Yeah. And Eminem is, like, the biggest thing in pop culture in the world. Every magazine has him. Every radio station's playing him. This is, like, the phenomenon of, like, Eminem blowing up. And I feel like, a lot of kids these days, you go on TikTok, Twitter, all this stuff. I don't care how old I sound. I don't give a shit. They don't know what this guy did, how good he was, how big of an impact he had on hip hop music, pop culture, all that stuff. And he was right from, Detroit, the Mitten, still lives here. So, everything with Eminem now, I feel like people were like, kind of holding their breath, like nervous for what the next thing he was going to do. Cause I mean, like, dude, he's like 50 something years old, real close to it. And I just feel like with this, he absolutely knocked it out of the park. Like, I feel like things with like political correctness and a little bit of wokeness in the media is starting to like loosen up a little bit, and it's kind of a perfect window for Eminem to kind of jump through and do his own thing, and he kind of does with a few of the lyrics. Makes fun of Megan Thee Stallion in a harmless joke, I thought, honestly.
Yeah.
People are calling it a diss. It's just like, I don't know, it's just like a pop culture joke on a rap. The beat sounds like the perfect mix of Without Me and Just Lose It.
Do you know where that sample is from?
It is from Steve Miller Band,
Correct.
Abracadabra.
That is correct.
Yes. So I didn't know what he was going to do, and the video is the most, like, that is actually the best piece of the whole thing.
I've actually never seen the video. I've only listened to the song.
The video's A+, dude.
Okay.
Like, the video actually will make you like the song a little more, and he just blends, like, all of those, because Eminem used to do this with his albums. He would have an album, he'd announce an album, and then he'd drop a single that was, like, goofy, silly, but really catchy and poppy, and it would make like a lot of people pissed off with his little remarks. And then the rest of the album would be kind of like way more serious and
Right.
like whatever. So I think that's exactly what he's doing again. I think this album is gonna be like, you know, like a Eminem show type deal. And he would always do some like crazy video, and this video like blends a lot of the shit he's done. He makes fun of himself for like being older. He's wearing the Robin costume from the Without Me.
Oh, shit,
He
okay.
like falls down a lot. Like Dr. Dre's in it. Shane Gillis is in it. Pete Davidson, 50 Cent, his kids are in it. I know I'm missing some more people. Snoop Dogg's in it.
Wow.
Yeah,
All right. I'll have to get some eyes on this bad boy.
It's loaded. And I just M's the king. And actually tomorrow, the train station is opening downtown.
Yep.
That renovated train station. I got tickets to that concert that he produced, whatever that means.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping he comes out. That's like the whole reason.
I would
I'm going.
imagine he does, right?
He's got to, right?
Yeah.
Why would he put his name on the ticket? Just launched a single, and he's in Detroit. He's definitely doing it, dude.
Yep.
He's got to.
I would be shocked if he didn't.
So I want to dive into that real quick because I saw that and I saw some of the pictures. It's an outdoor concert, right? On the grounds of the train station.
Yes.
And like, I guess like, sorry to switch subjects, but
No, you're good.
is like Ford like you're going to work there on Monday? Is that the opening of the train station, or is this just like a concert to like commence that they've completed work? Or
I don't know.
are you like touring it tomorrow when you go to the concert, or is it simply just
I believe they're doing the tours the next day.
Okay.
Like, I think they're doing tours the next day. I actually don't know, but I don't think I'm like going in tomorrow.
Gotcha.
I think we're hanging out in Roosevelt Park there, and they're just like doing a concert in front of this thing and like blessing it, you know?
Yep.
Maybe they'll have like the lobby open and people can go tour it, but it's going to be like 15, 20,000 people. I'm sure it's going to be a zoo.
oh
So-
damn, that's a big concert.
Yeah, so it's 15,000 people and they sold out like that. And then they opened up a few more, like,
And it's
so-
a lot of big Detroit names, right? Like
Jack White, I think.
Jack
I
White
saw
for
Jack
sure.
White was there. Who
else was on that?
Some of the old Motown artists.
Jelly
are on
Roll.
there. Jelly Roll's on there. Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, Jack White was definitely.
He was
see what
one of
we
the
got.
main dudes.
Diana Ross is
Yep.
the actually lead singer. Oh, Big Sean, of course. Yeah, so Diana Ross, Jack White, Big Sean are the top names, produced by Eminem. Eminem and his manager, Paul Rosenberg, are billed as the executive producers. Like, I don't know. Not like what did he do, but like what did he do? Like, he's just going to come out.
He's gonna play a song that he
Yeah,
just
he's gonna
dropped
play
that's
Houdini.
got fucking
Yes.
100 million views.
Yes, exactly. So, but yeah, dude, you guys got to like look at, if you're like in the mood for it, just reading comments about, on the Eminem videos and things like that. There's just so many like people who just don't get it, and fuck them. Just fuck them.
They never will.
Yeah.
Fuck 'em.
But I'm pretty pumped for the album.
Fuck 'em.
Yeah.
Other big news, at least for me this week, Morgan Spurlock, documentary creator, created the
Oh, yeah.
infamous Supersize Me, passed away while we were on break due to complications from cancer. He was actually
funny.
pretty
Yeah,
young.
what are you laughing at?
Chandler's
fucking-
face.
you fucking prick.
He was actually pretty young. He was, I think, 53 or 54. But, like, it brought me back, and I actually started watching some of the old Supersize Me after I heard this news.
Yeah.
And, like, just read into, like, what he was doing from, like, what the grounds and what the point of the documentary was. So he ate McDonald's 30 straight days, all 3 meals a day, and throughout that duration had everything on the menu. So everything that was on the menu, he tried at least once during those 30 days. Yeah, so he did that.
And it was breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Did it say what he ate the most?
I think it was Big Macs is what they said. But
That makes
he
sense.
said he only ate McDonald's, and then like later he came out and he said like he was boozing heavy during this, and that contributed to part of the health problems he was having and the weight he gained. So over 30 days, I want you guys to guess how many pounds eating McDonald's 3 meals a day for 30 days straight, and now you know he's drinking pretty religiously. How many pounds in 30 days, Lou, did he gain?
Wait, and really quick.
Oh, how many did he gain?
Real
Yes.
quick. I also, anytime he was asked, do you want to supersize that, he had to say yes.
Correct.
Okay. Go ahead.
I'm going to guess that he gained 40 pounds.
Yeah, I was going to say I got the over-under at 47.5.
So you're going 47, you're going 40. 24.5 pounds.
Oh, it's way
wow,
less.
not bad
I think
at all.
you hyped it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just a pound a
I could
day
use
almost.
20 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a pound a day. His
You know what to do.
cholesterol-
Supersize it.
Yeah.
His cholesterol shot through and quadrupled during that time.
Dude, I
read.
can't even
Shocking.
imagine.
I would never believe that.
I don't think I've seen that full doc, but I do remember parts of it. Like I remember the first meal he has, he throws up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
What a start.
I was reading about it. Like he literally made this doc on a Champagne Athletics could produce this doc. It was only $65,000 to make this doc.
That's it?
He made $22 million back off of this documentary.
Holy shit. We got to do something.
And that's start thinking.
Start boozing?
And then I found out he made
I could do that.
Yeah.
he made a sequel to it, Supersize Me 2 Holy Chicken is
Yeah.
what it was called. And it was about how nothing changed since he made Supersize Me, that they just rebranded it differently to make it seem like it was healthier because they were using chicken in more dishes than beef.
McDonald's?
Just all fast food. This was the whole fast food industry, not McDonald's on the sequel Holy Chicken.
I got it.
Yeah. So
So outside of the cholesterol going up, he actually was fine.
13% body mass index increase, 24.5 pounds in a month. I don't think that's fine. I mean,
Depends
really
who you
don't.
ask.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that's fine. But why I wanted to bring it up, I feel like this was one of the first, this was before YouTube, this was before Instagram, this was before MySpace. Like, this was one of the first, in my opinion, vlog style documentaries where people just started doing crazy shit for attention. No one ever thought of that before.
No.
I'm gonna literally kill myself for 30 days by eating fucking McDonald's and supersizing it.
Yeah, they call that immersive journalism. 2004.
Yeah, immersive journalism.
Yeah. That's you dive fully head on into whatever the fuck you do. Like Vice does a lot of
Yeah.
like when they're just I'm gonna when the dork goes into the hood and he's like, I'm gonna live in a trap house for 4 months and try not to get shot. That's it's just like that. So yeah, I might have to watch that. I think it would really fucking gross me out though.
I don't know if I'd want to go back to the Arches.
Yeah.
And that's my favorite fast food
I fucking
place.
doubt it, dude. I think you'd watch and be like, that's fucked up. And you'd get the Arches again. I don't think you'd fucking stop. Dude.
Well, I'm going to go grab a Big Mac.
I bet you it would just make you want to grab McDonald's.
That sounds good.
Dude, McD's does sound good. McD's does sound good.
All right, last pop culture before going into the ending here.
Yep.
30 for 30. I know you guys didn't watch it yet.
Yeah.
Came out yesterday about the Vancouver Riots in 2011 after they lost to the Bruins in the Cup.
Yeah.
Great documentary. I highly suggest watching it. It's funny because we were old. I mean, we were in college.
I remember
it wasn't
that
like
one.
we were young.
No.
I don't remember any news. I didn't know about it. I was totally shocked going into this about
really?
the
Yeah.
riots and the level of rioting that took place in Vancouver. This was full blown anarchy for a night.
This is bad to say, and probably if you're from Vancouver, this area, I don't know who's sensitive about, but to me, the idea of it was hilarious. Honestly,
Right.
It was they fucking.
It was burning fucking couches.
They were
10X.
so mad they lost. It was so different than what we're used to, which is winning rioting. I feel is very much different than what the fuck this was. And it was just Canada was so close to winning their cup. They had fucking Luongo. They were favorites in that game, and they just got like the doors beat off of them in their own
murked. Like
4-0. Yeah. Like it was bad. Like, and so they were just like so mad they burned the fucking city down.
Yeah, and you'll see when you watch the documentary, but it goes into like 94 when they lost to the Rangers. They rioted then. So like leading up to this whole Game 7, like the media's like, are we gonna riot? Like they were kind of like baiting like the city
because they thought they were gonna win.
Yes, so they were baiting the city like either like we win or we riot, and so people were like, hey. We knew this was going to happen if we lost.
This was 2013, right?
2011.
11, right? The Bruins Cup.
2011. So
13 was the Black.
It's a good documentary because it talks about the actual event that took place, the lead up to it, and then it also talks about the aftermath and like basically like it turns into a Canadian witch hunt for anyone that was caught on video or in photos rioting and destroying the city. And like, I don't want to say they ruined these people's lives, but like they really made these people's lives uncomfortable, and some went to jail, some got fired from jobs, some lost opportunities. Like it's a very wild documentary with a couple different layers on it. But why I liked it as a sports guy, I just had no idea that this even happened.
Yeah, someone texted me last night and said it was pretty good. I'll have to check it out.
I remember when that happened. It was on the news for like a week solid, and they had video clips everywhere of like cars burning, people painting, breaking windows, you name it, right? And the fact that they hunted all these people down, and they're like, here's where John Brown lives.
Yes, exactly.
Go to his house, beat the ever-living fuck out of him for ruining our town.
I don't know why it's just like so funny. It's like, yeah, you lost and you went fucking berserk twice, apparently. Did you guys did you hear of like the kiss? Like, I just remember like, it's like this, it's literally this picture. It's called like the Kiss. It's like famous from this riot. I literally just typed in the Kiss Vancouver, and it's like the fucking squad cars are out, and this girl got like trampled, and this guy like kissed her to calm her down. I don't know. People went fucking crazy over it, and it was like this like huge like look at compassion in the midst of chaos.
All right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We were doing so good, I felt like, too.
Damn it, Frank.
Yeah, my bad, boys. Yeah, my bad. That's all I remember.
It's the Rome talking.
Can't remember the fucking year, but I'm like, you guys seen the Kiss? Yeah, seriously. Yeah, my candy ass just got back from Europe.
Didn't have one cigarette.
God damn. All right, well, fuck me. Okay, well, you guys want to do some over-under here?
Let's ride.
All right, let's do it. Let's close the show. Episode 148. Feels so good to be back. Thank you, Real Team, for hosting. Thank you, Mosquito Authority, for not reporting the horn on duty. That was great.
Never.
Yeah, don't put that in, be like, that should not be in any clauses. People should not have to be clothed for you to spray their lawns.
Money's money.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, let's pull up over under here. Jerry sent them, as he always does. Appreciate you, Jer. Guys, do you guys know where Jerry was? Like, I was in Europe, but do you know where Jerry was?
I did. I saw he was down in Brazil.
Brazil, dude. It was like 36 hours of travel to get to this remote area of Brazil. He was like watching jaguars.
I saw a bunch on his story. He had some pretty sweet pictures.
Crazy stuff, dude. And apparently they do this thing where they like identify every jag. And he spotted one that was unidentified. So, wow. He got to name it. Yeah.
Shut up. What do you name it?
Danny.
What?
Come on.
Danny?
Same name as his son.
Oh,
I was just
okay.
Well, no. But like, listen, no, this is warranted. I was like, can you think of anything else? Like that you just name everything Danny? I get it. Like, good name, but you're just going with that every time? And they were like, it's a female. Can we call it D-A-N-I? And he was like, no. He said no.
N-Y.
Yes. He said no. But all right, here we go. Jerry, first one on the list. He says LGRW Hornies start next week.
Wow. Is this our year to get down to the Hornies?
We got to get down there. We're gonna do like we're gonna do like a tailgate too. We're gonna do like a heavy Eastern Market tailgate at a high school, an Ohio suburb high school.
that'll go over well for sure.
Shady. Yeah, no, that'll do well. All right, number one on the list. We're starting with you, Ice Cold Brew Lou. Formula One in Detroit.
Formula One in Detroit, underrated. Keep bringing the people in. We did it with the draft. I actually saw a nice little crash out there a little bit from the cars banging. I don't know much about IndyCar racing, to say the least, but I'm all for the events coming to Detroit. It looked like the track was pretty sick the way they had it set up. Looked like a lot of people went out and enjoyed it, so underrated.
All right, I'm going to say overrated because it's IndyCar in Detroit, not Formula One in Detroit.
Yeah,
Jerry.
I know that. Talking to the mic.
Jerry. So
Yeah.
overrated to me, like, do either of you guys know one IndyCar driver?
No, there was the guy who. No, I don't know anybody.
No, I don't know anybody. So thus, I mean, again, all right event, but it's not my cup of tea. Overrated.
No, underrated. It's awesome. And I actually thought when you said Formula One, you were making fun of me because I posted on the internet like F1's back in Detroit or some shit, and everyone was just like, "You're a fucking moron. Yeah, suck a dick. I hate you." So it didn't go well for me with that little typo. So I thought you were actually making fun of me.
No.
Underrated. Anything going on in the city, I love it. It was loud as hell. You could hear it from HQ. It was like shaking the walls. It's got to be the loudest thing in the world. It's like turbine jets landing. Underrated. Good event. I think it's like better in the city than it was at Belle Isle. So, all right, number 2, Channy football. Destination weddings. Destination weddings, most definitely underrated. Destination weddings, albeit smaller group of people. It's the people who really care. You get to see each other 24/7. A lot of times, or many times, it's at an all-inclusive resort if you're going out of the country, and I love myself an all-inclusive resort. Destination weddings are great, underrated. I'm going to disagree with you. Don't want to sound like a party pooper, but I think they're overrated. You kind of get bullied. They're never cheap whatsoever. You're kind of bullied into like, hey, do you want to be a part of this day or not? You got to give up this big chunk of change, and then it's like, well, I guess this is my vacation to go celebrate your wedding. Not saying I don't enjoy them and haven't been to them. I just think they're overrated.
I think they're underrated as well. And kind of off of what you said, Frank, it's easy to say no then. If you don't want to go, you just send them a card. Hey,
true.
Have fun. Congratulations. But I guess I've only had one experience with what's it called? The wedding?
A destination wedding? You fucking idiot. The topic we're talking about?
That wrench got him all fucked up.
Fucking burned a hole in my brain.
Staring at the banana bowl.
But it was unbelievable. It was in Cancun. We were hanging out by the pool every day, getting hammered, all my close buddies. Fantastic time. Underrated.
All right, number 3, I'm up. Orcas in the news lately. You guys see the video of the orca drilling the great white shark? It rocks. It fucking rocks. Orcas rock. They're killers. Sharks get a lot of the credit for being the biggest killers in the sea. Not even close. Orcas are smart. They're fast, and they're just cold-blooded killers. Underrated. Love orcas.
Yeah, I'm with you. Love orcas. It's like a souped-up shark mixed with a fucking smoking hot dolphin.
Yeah.
Like absolute juggernauts of the sea. Underrated killer whales all day.
Did you say a souped-up shark with a smoking hot dolphin?
Correct.
Yeah, he did. He obviously wants to, like, fuck dolphins. And you were up, by the way, but I'm glad Pizzo just took over.
I don't know anything about orcas, so I just can't even speak on them. So I'm going to say overrated.
Tough. Very tough. What's this guy doing? Kicking around a ball out here? Anyways. All right, number 4, back to Ice Cold Brew Lou. No.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it me twice? I don't know how this works. I always fuck this up.
Sling it over, buddy.
All right. Ice Cold Brew Lou, New York beaches. New York beaches.
I have never been to a New York beach. I've only been to Manhattan and the Bronx a little bit. But outside of that, I have no experience at a New York beach. So I will have to say overrated.
Yeah. Channy?
Don't they all go to the shore? I think that's where they go to the beach, I thought.
Or like the Hamptons?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I'm with you, Lou. I've been to New York a couple of times. I've never seen a beach, I'll tell you that much.
Far from.
Overrated.
My buddy went to a New York beach once, said he liked it. That's all I got. I'm going to say underrated. That's all I got. Number 5, Channy football, mosquitoes.
Wow, mosquitoes. I'm going to have to say mosquitoes are underrated. And why are they underrated? They're just annoying. They get in your hair. They're biting on you all the time. They're so small, but they can cause so much damage. Thus, mosquitoes are underrated.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to say mosquitoes are underrated because of the mosquito authority. And without mosquitoes, we get no authority. And with no authority, we get no guy's wrench on this podcast. So
They'd be missing a lot of authorities.
that's what I mean.
That's the pinnacle authority.
That is my favorite fucking authority. It's the authority I respect the most. So mosquitoes underrated because they keep the authority chugging along.
Agreed, boys. Love mosquitoes. Underrated. I hope Bill Gates releases fucking 500 million mosquitoes over the next couple years. Drown them out in mosquitoes. Underrated.
God, we are so back. All right, that is episode 148 of The Fizz. We thank you guys all for listening. Thank you, Real Team, for hosting us. I'm Frankie Fast Hands with Channy Football and Ice Cold Brew Lou, and we will see you guys next week.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
Peace.
See ya!
Champagne, 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 champagne.